If you remember recently, I had a video about my Kimber Rapide Scorpious in 45 ACP. It's a single stack 1911, really good looking gun, but in that video I was having some failure to feed issues that kept creeping up once again after the video was shot. And they happened enough times to where I felt like the gun needed to take a trip back to the manufacturer to try to figure out why such an expensive and nice firearm was having so many issues. So I sent it back to Kimber, and from the time I sent it out to the time I got it back repaired, the total time span was only 10 days, which is extremely fast. So I will definitely give them credit for that. What they said they had to do was change out the recoil spring, polish the feed ramp, and adjust the extractor. So before it left the factory, they put 4 full magazines of 230 grain ball, full metal jacket, 45 ACP ammo through the gun to test it to make sure it worked and then send it back to me. So today we're gonna shoot it and just find out if it's actually running smoothly now as it should be. Now, here's the gun itself. This is the Kimber Rapide Scorpious, 45 ACP, super nice 1911, but it did not work properly the way I felt like it should, so that's why Kimber had to take it back and do some repairs. And today we're going to be shooting some Speer Lawman ammunition. This is 45 ACP, 230 grain, just full metal jacket ball ammo, because I feel like that's the best fair way to make sure the gun is working properly, especially because we all know 1911s were designed with 230 grain ball ammo in mind. So let's go ahead and shoot this gun and see if it is fixed now from Kimber and see if they can really hold up to what their customer service standards should be. So go ahead, and I want to kind of just shoot up and close so that way you guys can see if there are any issues. Maybe you can help me diagnose them. All right, first shots from the Kimber since it came back from the factory. Okay, didn't strip that round. Let's try it again. Okay, now we had lockback on an empty mag, but we also had lockback before, which was probably user error. So let's go ahead and try the next magazine. And when I say that, the reason I say that is because likely my thumb was riding up on the slide catch, and that's what caused that malfunction to happen. So I'm gonna try really hard this time to avoid that, and I'll just shoot one-handed so that I don't put my grip in a spot that it shouldn't be in order to induce a malfunction. Here we are. That time, we didn't have any issues at all. Lock back on empty mag, no failure to feeds, no problem. So that one malfunction was definitely me pushing up on the slide catch with my grip, which is something you just have to train around. But we'll go ahead and run another magazine through just to make sure that that issue doesn't pop up again, even though I'm only shooting one-handed now to make sure I avoid that. Okay, got that ball ammo in there, ready to rock. All right, let's do it again. And we're lock open on empty. So we can run a few more mags through, but so far it's looking like this gun came back the way it was supposed to work originally. So of course you can be upset about the gun not working properly to begin with, but I will give Kimber credit in the fact that they were able to have such a quick turnaround time and actually address the issues I was having. So let me load up a few more mags and we'll run them through, and that way we can just verify that everything's working properly. And I just wanted to share my customer service experience with Kimber with you all, because basically they have had some issues in the past, and a lot of people are hesitant to buy their firearms, but one thing I always will give credit to when it comes to a manufacturer is if they are standing behind their product and willing to fix the issue, and they do it in a timely fashion, and it actually works, well, that's something I could probably work with. So far that looks like what we have right here, but let me go ahead and load those mags up and we'll get some more rounds through, and that way we can just verify everything's good to go. All right, so we got loaded up with another full magazine of 230 grain ball ammo. I'm gonna run through this one very quickly and then load another mag and run through it very quickly. And that should help us diagnose if there are any additional issues, but so far so good. Let's see how this goes. Ran smooth. I think we're looking good. So what I wanted to do was just share this experience with you all, let you know that, yeah, I was very disappointed in the beginning because it's a very expensive firearm to be having those issues with. And even if they were just far and few between, I didn't find that acceptable for the amount of money that was spent on the gun to begin with. But I will give Kimber credit, the fact that they were able to take this back in and get it back to me within a 10-day time span and get everything working properly. I haven't had any other failure to feed issues at all. And of course, that first issue I showed you all was just my grip pushing up on that slide catch, which is a problem that you have to train out of if you're used to having more of a forward grip with like a double stack striker fired polymer pistol or something like that. So that being said, I'm very happy with the way this has turned out. This gun is more just for at the range and just for enjoyment, because I think having a 1911 in any collection is always a good idea, especially if it's in God's caliber, the 45 ACP. But I also wanted to make sure that this manufacturer was actually standing behind their product properly, and it does seem that they were. So I will say thank you to Kimber for taking care of the problems I was having here. And if you're hesitant about buying a Kimber or anything along those lines, one thing I'll say is that even if you do have issues, it does seem like they'll take care of you one way or the other. So there's always that to fall back on. I hope this gave you something to think about. Just wanted to give you another data point when it came to what Kimber was willing to do for their customers. And that's going to be it for Magic Prepper.